Vitamins are often seen as essential building blocks of good health, and while many play critical roles in supporting brain function, not all vitamins are harmless when taken excessively or without guidance. In fact, certain vitamins, especially in high doses or synthetic forms, can actually disrupt brain chemistry, damage neurons, or trigger mental health issues such as anxiety, confusion, memory loss, and even depression. The brain is a delicate organ that depends on a precise balance of nutrients, and overloading it with the wrong vitamins can be just as dangerous as having a deficiency. Fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K can accumulate in brain tissue and blood vessels, potentially leading to toxicity, inflammation, or oxidative stress. Water-soluble vitamins, such as certain B vitamins, may also become harmful when megadosed, causing nerve irritation or imbalances in neurotransmitter function. Additionally, poorly regulated supplements, multivitamin misuse, and overlapping formulations can compound the risks, especially in vulnerable individuals like children, the elderly, or those with pre-existing mental health conditions. In this article, we'll explore the vitamins that may silently harm your brain, explain how they affect your cognitive and emotional well-being, and offer guidance on how to protect your mental clarity by using supplements wisely. Number 1. Vitamin D is often promoted as essential for bone health, immune support, and mood regulation, but growing research shows that excessive intake may actually harm the brain. While vitamin D plays a critical role in brain development and function by supporting nerve growth, reducing inflammation, and regulating neurotransmitters, too much of it, especially from supplements, can lead to harmful consequences. High levels of vitamin D can cause hypercalcemia, a condition where calcium builds up in the blood and starts depositing in soft tissues, including the brain. This may result in confusion, headaches, dizziness, poor concentration, fatigue, and, over time, cognitive decline. The brain contains vitamin D receptors, especially in areas like the hippocampus and cerebral cortex, which are responsible for learning, memory, and emotion. Overstimulation of these receptors due to excess vitamin D may lead to oxidative stress, neuroinflammation, and disrupted signaling between brain cells. Studies suggest a U-shaped relationship between vitamin D levels and brain function, meaning that both too little and too much can be harmful. Elevated vitamin D levels can also interfere with other nutrients, particularly vitamin K2, which is crucial for directing calcium to the bones and away from the brain and blood vessels. A lack of K2, combined with high vitamin D, can increase the risk of vascular calcification in the brain, potentially contributing to stroke or dementia. People with certain genetic variations may be more sensitive to these effects, even at moderate doses. Despite these risks, many people take large doses of vitamin D without medical guidance, assuming it's safe. But when taken in excess, it can silently damage the brain over time. Therefore, it's essential to monitor your vitamin D levels through blood tests and consult a healthcare provider before starting or increasing supplementation. In brain health, balance, not excess, is the key. Second number, calcium is an essential mineral for many bodily functions, including muscle contraction, nerve transmission, and the release of hormones. It also plays a critical role in brain health by helping neurons communicate through electrical impulses. However, just like vitamin D, calcium levels must be carefully balanced because too much calcium in the brain can lead to serious problems. Under normal conditions, calcium enters neurons briefly to send signals and is quickly pumped out to prevent damage. But when calcium levels become too high, either from supplement overuse, metabolic disorders, or vitamin D toxicity, this tight regulation can break down. Excess calcium in brain cells can trigger neuronal hyperactivity, promote the overproduction of free radicals, and initiate cell death pathways, a process known as excitotoxicity. This contributes to the destruction of brain cells and is believed to play a role in the development of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and Huntington's disease. Additionally, calcium deposits can form in the brain's blood vessels, reducing blood flow and increasing the risk of stroke and vascular dementia. Aging, kidney dysfunction, and certain genetic predispositions can worsen this issue, making some people more vulnerable to calcium-related brain damage. There is also evidence that chronic calcium dysregulation can negatively affect mood and memory by altering neurotransmitter balance and damaging brain structures involved in emotional regulation. While calcium is vital for life, the brain's dependence on precise calcium signaling means that even small imbalances can have large effects. Importantly, calcium supplements, especially when combined with high doses of vitamin D, should only be taken under medical supervision, particularly in older adults. In conclusion, although calcium is essential for healthy brain function, too much calcium can be harmful, leading to oxidative stress, impaired cognition, and increased risk of neurological disease. Maintaining balance through proper diet, hydration, and medical monitoring is key to protecting brain health. Third, multivitam are widely marketed as a convenient way to fill nutritional gaps and support overall health, including brain function. They often contain a combination of essential vitamins and minerals such as B-complex vitamins, vitamin D, vitamin E, calcium, magnesium, and trace elements like zinc and selenium. While multivitamins can be beneficial for people with deficiencies or limited diets, emerging research shows that indiscriminate or prolonged use of multivitamin supplements may not always support brain health and could, in some cases, be harmful. The brain is a highly sensitive organ that depends on a delicate balance of nutrients. Taking excessive or unnecessary doses of certain vitamins and minerals, particularly fat-soluble ones like vitamins A, D, E, and K, can lead to accumulation in the body and disrupt normal neurological function. For instance, excess vitamin B6 has been linked to nerve damage and tingling sensations when taken in high doses over time, and too much iron or copper may increase oxidative stress in the brain, potentially contributing to cognitive decline. Additionally, oversupplementing with multivitamins can interfere with the absorption of other critical nutrients, leading to imbalances that impair neurotransmitter production, mood regulation, and memory. Studies have shown mixed results regarding multivitamin use and cognitive performance. While some trials show slight improvements in mental clarity or mood, others show no benefit, or even an increased risk of mental fatigue or confusion in older adults. One major issue is that many people self-prescribe multivitamins without checking if they actually need them, assuming that more is better. In reality, the brain thrives on precise, individualized nutrition, not one-size-fits-all supplementation. In conclusion, while multivitamins may help prevent deficiencies, they should not be relied upon as a guaranteed way to boost brain health. Overuse or inappropriate combinations can harm rather than help, making it essential to consult a healthcare provider before using them long-term. Number 4, fish oil, rich in omega-3 fatty acids like EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, is widely praised for its positive impact on brain health. DHA, in particular, is a major structural component of the brain and is essential for maintaining the fluidity of cell membranes, supporting neurotransmission, and reducing inflammation. Numerous studies suggest that adequate omega-3 intake may help improve memory, focus, mood stability, and even reduce the risk of cognitive decline and neurodegenerative conditions such as Alzheimer's disease. Fish oil supplements have also been linked to benefits in people with depression, ADHD, and anxiety, making them a popular choice for those seeking to protect their mental health. However, despite these benefits, fish oil is not without risks, especially when taken in excessive amounts or in unbalanced ratios with other fats. High doses of fish oil can lead to bleeding risks due to its blood-thinning effect, which may be dangerous in people on anticoagulants or with clotting disorders. Some research also raises concerns about the oxidation of fish oil. When improperly stored or processed, it can become rancid, introducing harmful free radicals that promote oxidative stress in the brain rather than protecting against it. Additionally, fish oil derived from contaminated sources may contain heavy metals like mercury, which are known neurotoxins. Overuse of omega-3 supplements may also impair the balance of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids in the body, potentially disrupting inflammatory regulation and brain signaling. For individuals already consuming a diet high in omega-3s from fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or sardines, additional supplementation may not provide added benefits and could even backfire. In conclusion, while fish oil offers clear advantages for brain health when used wisely, more is not always better. Quality, purity, dose, and individual needs should all be considered. It's best to consult a healthcare professional before starting fish oil supplements to ensure they support, rather than harm, your brain. Number 5. Soya protein isolate, a highly processed form of soy commonly found in protein powders, energy bars, and meat substitutes, is often marketed as a healthy, plant-based protein. While soy contains beneficial compounds like isoflavones, plant-based phytoestrogens that can have antioxidant properties, there is growing concern about the long-term effects of excessive soy isolate intake on brain health. Isoflavones like genistein and daidzein can mimic estrogen in the body and cross the blood-brain barrier, potentially influencing hormonal activity within the brain, especially in areas related to mood, memory, and emotional regulation. In moderation, these effects may be beneficial, particularly for postmenopausal women experiencing cognitive decline. However, high and prolonged intake of soy isolate may disrupt the body's natural hormonal balance, possibly affecting thyroid function, which in turn can impair brain performance, slow cognitive processing, and contribute to symptoms like fatigue, brain fog, and depression. Additionally, soy isolate is often heavily processed and may contain residual hexane, a chemical solvent used in extraction, as well as additives and synthetic nutrients. These can potentially contribute to neurotoxicity or interfere with nutrient absorption. Some animal studies have raised concerns about high-dose soy isoflavones altering brain chemistry, including changes in serotonin and dopamine regulation, neurotransmitters essential for mood and focus. For men, excess soy intake has been debated for its potential to lower testosterone levels, which could indirectly impact mental energy and motivation, although human evidence remains mixed. It's also worth noting that soy isolate lacks many of the natural fibers, minerals, and co-nutrients found in whole soybeans, making it a nutritionally incomplete substitute when consumed in large amounts. In conclusion, while soy protein isolate can be a convenient source of plant-based protein, excessive or long-term use, especially in highly processed forms, may pose risks to brain health through hormonal disruption, neurochemical imbalance, or reduced nutrient bioavailability. Choosing whole soy foods like edamame, tofu, or tempeh, and using soy isolate in moderation is a safer strategy for maintaining both brain and hormonal health. Number 6. Kiva Industries is a company that markets a wide range of dietary supplements, herbal products, and wellness solutions, often promoted as natural remedies for everything from immunity boosting to memory enhancement. Some of their brain-related offerings include Kiva Brain Memory Booster, Kiva Omega 3 capsules, and herbal tonics claimed to support cognitive function. While these products often contain ingredients like Bacopa monnieri, ashwagandha, ginkgo biloba, and omega-3 fatty acids, which have shown some potential benefits in improving memory, focus, and stress response, the effectiveness and safety of these products heavily depend on their formulation quality, dosage, and individual response. For instance, herbs like Bacopa and ashwagandha may support neurotransmitter activity and reduce cortisol levels, helping with mental clarity and anxiety. However, if taken inappropriately or in excessive quantities, even natural ingredients can cause side effects like dizziness, digestive issues, hormonal imbalance, or interact with other medications. One concern with many Kiva and similar supplement brands is the lack of stringent third-party testing, detailed ingredient transparency, or approval from recognized regulatory bodies such as the FDA, US, or FSSAI, India, for therapeutic claims. Without standardized dosages or clinical trials, it becomes difficult to verify how effective or safe these supplements truly are for brain health. Over-reliance on such products, especially as a substitute for medical treatment or lifestyle changes, can lead to delayed diagnosis of underlying neurological issues. Additionally, some users may experience placebo effects, confusing temporary motivation with genuine cognitive improvement. In conclusion, while Kiva brain supplements may offer some benefits, especially if they include researched herbal ingredients, consumers must approach them with caution. It's important to consult a healthcare provider before using these products, especially for children, pregnant women, or those with mental health conditions. Brain health depends on a holistic approach, including proper nutrition, sleep, stress management, and medical oversight, not just supplements.